Alright guys, we got a brand new E-Hero, and on top of that, a new Code Talker monster. And this is actually pretty important because these are going to be this year's promotional cards. So I don't know when we're getting them in the TCG, but hopefully these are not going to be overhyped. I mean, they're this year's promo cards. Alright, so starting right off, let's kick it off with a brand new E-Hero called the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Flame Shoot, or in the English, it's probably going to be called Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. I'm guessing this one over here is maybe from like the anime version of the card, but we're here to check out the effect, and that's what matters. So it's a brand new level 8 Wind Warrior Fusion effect monster, and it's got 2100 attack and 1200 defense points. And it says, as materials to summon it, you're going to need 2 Elemental Hero monsters with different attributes. So the first part says it must be fusion summoned. It says that you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first part of the card is, if this card is special summon, you can add one favorite card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. What's a favorite card? Okay, I gotta look this up because this is something brand new, unless this is something like whatever you want to go for. Your favorite card in your deck. The second part says, you contribute this card if it was fusion summoned using a normal monsters as material, special 1 level 7 or lower elemental hero monster that cannot be normal summoned / set from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Oh, this is actually pretty important. It says, note, it is level 8 because Flame Wingman has or was level 8 in the original anime. Okay, so I'm not sure why that is super important, but nonetheless, the important part is, what is a favorite card? Does anyone know what the heck this is? Like, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh forever. I've never heard of a favorite. Is that like an archetype or? Okay. Oh, okay. So you have basically 2 choices here. So this one you get to equip to a. So this happens as soon as you special summon. So as soon as you special summon, you get to add. I don't know why it probably has it in this favorite flavor text. So it's basically these 2 options right here. So we have favorite hero, lets you equip to a 5 or higher, a hero monster you control. If you control a card in your field zone, the equipped monster gains attack equal to its original defense. So, I mean, you can boost it up by another 1200. It's mediocre. Also, your opponent can't target it with card effects. Oops, okay. And then at the start of the battle phase, you can activate 1 field spell directly from your hand or deck. Alright, being able to activate a field spell from your deck can be actually pretty advantageous, which basically comes down to search for a field spell, right? And then once per when the equipped monster attacks and destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard, and the attacking monster can make a second attack in the row. So it gains a few extra stat points, and then on top of that, you get a field zone. Is that going to be super important? I don't know. There's probably some combos that you can do with it, but being able to get an additional attack and a boost, maybe you can OTK. But heroes, you can definitely already OTK in heroes. It might just be one of those like win harder cards, but those are the 2 searchable cards. Let's check out the last one. So there's favorite contact, lets you fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extract that mentions a hero monster's material, ignoring its summoning conditions, by placing the fusion materials mentioned on it at the bottom of the deck in any order among the cards in your hand, field, and graveyard, and or banished cards. If you place an Elemental Hero into the deck, neither player can return the monster special summon by this effect to the extra deck. Okay, so you can get a boss monster that doesn't have to return. At the end of the day, it's still a trap card. It's still a bit slow. I'd say this one maybe has a little bit more potential in the meta, because more likely you just want to set up to OTK and heroes, or you could go for like some sort of like plasma variant lock, which again, it's not really necessary, I would say, for this. So this first part of the effect, yeah, favorite cards. I guess there was only 2 targets. Maybe the next card's gonna be a favorite card that they release, and that'll make a lot more sense why they released this card. Now, going over the other effect over here, you just special 1 level 7 or lower hero elemental hero monster that cannot be normal summon set from your extra deck as well as your deck. So let's go ahead and see what are the targets with this. Let's go. Oh, wow, maybe that was a bad idea, because there are legit 146 targets. It does have that restriction of a 7 or lower. I believe if we type in 7, it's just going to show in 7. So we would more likely just have to look at the levels via this page over here. So you can go for the Neos, but any of the ones, I think we can go, okay, it's sorting it by the level over here. Oh, so it's sorting it by vanillas, then it goes to effect monsters. So you can go for Blade Edge, you can go for Honest Neos, you can go for Stratos, which is good, you can go for Prisma. I mean, the options are basically endless. You can go into Liquid and Solid. Those are all like great hero options. You can go into Shadow Mist. I mean, it's any E-Hero, right? And this could be someone from your deck, as long as you could just instantly tribute it. So at the end of the day, it would make Poly a lot better, because you can just go for this, search out for this part of the effect. I feel like is kind of a mid effect. The second part of it being able to distribute and then go for whatever card that you want. I mean, it's just any 2 elemental hero monsters with different attributes. So it's a really easy summon condition. I think a lot of people will try to go for Blazeman, and then once you just go for this, yeah, it doesn't even negate the effect. So you can combo into basically whatever you want. I mean, Stratos already lets you go into lots of different like win conditions on its own. If Stratos is special summon, you search out for, I believe the combo is like Liquid and Solid Man, and you could just go off from there. And so it makes the deck insanely consistent. So like that part of the effect, just being able to go for whatever you want, is I think actually kind of better. Now you can summon stuff for the extra deck, but it has that restriction of, what is it, 7 or lower, right? So unfortunately, if it did tag 8s, you can go for a lot better stuff. But for 7, I guess you go for Air Neos, Aqua Neos, so it's any of these heroes, ignoring its summon condition as well. I don't know if there are pretty insane like fusion targets. Let me know down below, because there's so many like cards that like heroes are just really outdated, right, at the end of the day. But what are the good targets? Let me know down below for the second part of the effect. So I would say the second part of the effect actually makes this card pretty solid. I would say it definitely has potential to see like meta play if someone wants to play heroes, because it's just, you just poly into it with anything and you pop off. All right, so next up we have a Link Decoder. So here is the artwork on this card. It is going to be a Link 1 with 300 attack, and let's check out its effect. So it requires 1 dark Cyber Link effect monster. The attack was 300. The zone is just in the bottom. Its materials to summon it are 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster, and it says you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. The first part of the effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard as Link material for a Cyberse Link monster with 23 or more original attack, you just spell summon this card, but banish it if it leaves the field. So I could see that being okay. It's definitely going to see play. It's legit like just free extra summon, right? As long as you use it for material. It doesn't have any restrictions of you can only go for Cyberse monsters till the end phase. So I can see a lot of people just using this. I mean, it's just free stepping stone. I think people will use this, go into something else, rebring back this card, and just start linking up. So this card will definitely see play, like no doubt. All right, but this is basically their big announcement for this year's promo cards. Let me know your thoughts down below on both of them. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, make sure you guys are subbed with the bell notification on so you don't miss out when we cover. Hopefully there's going to be more favorite cards for eHero, because at the moment, yeah, they're kind of mediocre. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.